Hi there, so today we're going to be playing Riff and a bass line, but this first part is going to deal with the bass, with the actual regular bass. And this is going to be in the style of Iron Maiden. This was a request from a good friend, a brother of mine, Frankie Mojica, so I thank you very much for this request, and I hope that you like it and that this answers your question. He asked me for a riff, and he asked me to play in this video an actual bass line for a riff and a bass line on the style of Iron Maiden. So basically what we're going to do in this first part, I'm going to show you the bass line. I'm going to show you actually two bass lines, one a little bit easier, the other one a little bit with more movement, but still easy to play. And I'm going to show you how to play both bass lines, and then the second part of this video is going to deal with what the guitars would play, melodies and harmonies and all that stuff. So, but now let's go and let's listen first to the first bass line played along with the drums and with the riff, with the original riff. Let's play that. So as you can see, it's basic bass line, but very tight, which is what Steve Harris from Iron Maiden usually do. He locked in very tight with the drums, which is what makes this style what it is. You know, have a very tight rhythm section between the bass and the drums, and so that when the guitars play the melody lines, the solos, or anything that they play, which is usually more melodic, they have a good foundation of bass and drums very tight, so they can do their thing on top. So now let's break this for you. This one is 6 times on the E, and you hit the D, 2 times on the E. Then again 6 times on the E. Again you hit the D, the E, back to D, and then you go to your C note. Then here you will have 6 hits. You'll do the same on the G, do the same on the D, and do the same on the A. And that's the whole first bass line. Very simple, but very tight. So the whole thing slowly would be like this. Okay, so now I'm gonna play the second bass line, which has a little bit more movement, but it's still easy to play. It's basically the same. What changes is only the last part of it. So let's play now with the drums and with the riff on top, so you can hear what it sounds like. You can see and you can listen, it's the same. The only thing that changes is the last part. When you go to the C note, instead of playing 6 times here, 6 times on your G, 6 times on your D, and 6 times on the A note, what you're going to do, we're going to distribute that, and instead of playing 6 times on each note, we're going to play 3 times on each note now, and we're going to distribute that on 3 times on the C, 3 times on the G, 3 times on the F, 3 times on the E, 3 times on the D, 3 times on the A, 3 times on the G, and 3 times on the F. Back to the E. So that's the whole bass line. What I'm going to do now, so you can get a grasp of both bass lines, since the whole thing, it's recorded 4 bars. I'm going to play 2 bars with the first bass line, the simple one, and then I'm going to play the last 2 bars with the one that involves a little bit more movement. So let's play that now with the drums and with the original riff. And those are the 2 bass lines. On the next video, we're going to be dealing with what the guitars will normally play. I'm going to play that with the piccolo bass, and for the guitar players or other piccolo bass players, so you can get a grasp of the whole thing. And I'm going to be dealing with harmonies and stuff. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and see you on the second part. So remember to keep on playing, keep on practicing, and keep it metal.